Good afternoon. I'm Sherman Chow. Let's get to the top 3 COVID-19 headlines right now. Bureau of Prisons will now confine federal inmates for 14 days to their cells. That applies to 146,000 inmates nationwide. In Texas, law enforcement officials, including HPD Chief Art Acevedo, opposing Harris County's plan to release some 1,000 nonviolent inmates to help control the virus in the Harris County jail. A 5-minute test for COVID-19 should be available this week and can be done in doctors' offices. That is from Abbott Labs. Meantime, BodySphere has a version that can detect the virus in about 2 minutes. Both rapid tests getting emergency FDA approval. And nationwide, the total death toll is nearly 4,100. The White House now warning as many as 240,000 people could die before the crisis is over. About 2.8 million people die each year in the U.S., largely from health issues. The president's prediction hitting Wall Street hard. We've got a live look now. Dow down about 930 points, about 4% of its value, and global markets also skidded badly this morning.
Let's continue to work together collectively, and we can get it done. We have taken significant steps in order to flatten the curve, and that's the goal, to flatten the curve such that our health care delivery system...
That was Mayor Sylvester Turner at a City Hall news conference in the last hour. He announced some new measures to continue social distancing. Houston is now removing basketball rims and putting up signs in 192 city parks, reminding folks to stay apart. And City Council announcing a 3-month deal with local hotels to house those who have the virus or may have been exposed to it. Michelle Choi explains.
3 different hotels in the Houston area are now ready for people needing to be quarantined. These hotels will specifically house those who are waiting to be tested for COVID-19 or have been exposed to someone with the virus. Those who test positive will also be allowed to self-isolate in these rooms. So far, Mayor Sylvester Turner says one hotel is already being utilized by Houston firefighters and police officers. The other 2, approved in this morning's City Council meeting, will be available for additional city employees or for the homeless. According to the mayor, the city will foot the bill to lease the rooms, which he says is about $200 a day. But Harris County will pay for additional costs, including providing food, security, and medical attention to those staying at the hotels. All proactive steps the mayor says the city is taking in case there's a sudden surge in COVID-19 cases. Standing for Houston, Michelle Choi, KHOU 11 News.
And Michelle tells us that the city says the money used to lease these rooms will be reimbursed through a $5 million CDC grant. And right now you can drop off protective equipment for healthcare workers at Constellation Field in Sugar Land. That's where the Skeeters play. It's now being used as a donation drop-off site weekdays from 10 to 4. You can deliver and donate unused and unopened masks, gowns, alcohol wipes, and more. And Air 11 now over the second testing site, which is opening in Houston. The drive-through just began seeing patients about an hour ago. Houston opened its first testing site last week, and right now the new location is seeing the public with symptoms. General Ford is in Northwest Houston, where folks lined up well before that second site opened.
Sherman, this new site doubles the city of Houston's coronavirus testing capabilities. Here they'll have a capacity of 250 tests per day, and already this morning we've seen lines here of people waiting to get tested, and they started testing at 11 o'clock. Now, we're not disclosing the location of this testing site because we don't want people to just show up here and then be turned away. There is a detailed process for folks to get tested. First, these free tests are prioritized for people with the common coronavirus symptoms. So people with fever, cough, and difficulty breathing can call the Houston Health Department's COVID-19 call center between 9 a.m. and 7 p.m. to get screened. Now, if they find you weren't tested, you'll get a unique identification code and instructions on where to go for the test and how to get your results afterwards. These community sites are only accepting people with those ID codes, so let me reiterate, if you show up at the test sites without one, you will not be tested. Now, more than 2,200 people have tested for COVID-19 through the city of Houston's testing sites, and local leaders continue to stress that testing is crucial to helping to further slow the spread and save lives. For a full list of local testing sites and how to access them, head over to our website, KHOU.com. Back to you.
Thank you, Janelle. A field hospital getting ready to open at a New Orleans convention center in the next few days. Right now, Louisiana has the 3rd highest number of cases per capita in the U.S. And New York Governor Andrew Cuomo saying because of the rate of new cases there, he will need almost twice as many beds as he has now. The Navy hospital ship Comfort helped add a significant number of beds, and agencies, nonprofits like Samaritan's Purse have built field hospitals, that one in Central Park. Bloomberg reporting that the Galveston company first hired to help build the border wall will now build field hospitals in New York. New York's mayor awarding SLSCO contracts for hospitals at the National Tennis Center and a cruise ship terminal. And right now, Baker Ripley is hosting a drive-through food fair with fruits and vegetables, all of this for free. This is at 3000 Aldine Mail Route. The first 250 families are guaranteed a package. This is until supplies last. No registration is needed. And KHOU is partnering with the Houston Food Bank to stand against hunger as well. You can stand for Houston. Text KHOU Meals to 41444 to donate to the Houston Food Bank. Just $1 can provide 3 meals.